Who was it that said pitching wins championships? We had two pitching duels today. Runs and hits were very hard to come by. And yeah, we've got two wild card matchups already underway. There are two more games tonight. Man, I love playoff baseball. Even though my team is not in it, we're going to go through the two games that already happened, make some fun predictions, and of course, look at a couple of highlights. Let's get going. And by the way, thanks for checking out the channel. This is Breaking Balls. I'm Joe, and I'm a disappointed Met fan, but I do love playoff baseball. Here's what it looks like if you're not familiar with the Brewers. They've got buys, and we've got a wild card round where three games are played in the same stadium. The home team is whoever has the higher seating. They get all three games at home. It's a huge, huge advantage. And yeah, I mean, if I'm looking at this, I was like, all right, Cleveland should handle Detroit. I know Detroit's got some pitching over there. Yankees should handle Boston. I think the Dodgers are going to handle the Reds. And I think San Diego is going to get past the Cubs. Well, so far I'm wrong on those games. But before we get into the recap, just quickly, let's run through some stats that I think are relevant even in the postseason. These are regular season stats. And I'm looking at really the only stat that matters. This is American League only, by the way. Runs scored. Yankees, Blue Jays, Red Sox. The AL East is loaded. I would ordinarily think that the AL representative in the World Series would be coming from the East. I think Seattle's a tough one. Look, I mean, they're neck and neck with Boston and Toronto. 20, 30 runs over the course of the season isn't much. Seattle's streaky. We know this. And they came on strong at the end, which is really important for the wild card round. And then look, you got Detroit here, not too far behind Seattle. So that's what it looks like for the American League for runs. And for pitching, really all that matters is how many runs you give up, right? Obviously, you don't want to burn through your whole pitching staff in the three wild card games, but you can't give up a lot of runs. Cleveland with the best ERA, tied with Boston, of course, in the postseason. I still think Cleveland can handle Detroit. Skubal pitched, one of his all-time great gems today. And then look, you got Seattle not too far behind in terms of ERA. I know it's not the only stat, but if you want to simplify things, it's basically who scores the runs, who doesn't give up runs. They're going to be the teams that advance. And something I'll get out of the way. I don't believe home runs is the most important factor in the postseason because a lot of times the big home run hitters get neutralized by good pitching. Sometimes you have games that are decided by home runs, but a lot of times it's like the unexpected home run that does the job. And man, Cubs today got back-to-back homers. Wasn't Michael Tucker. So Michael Tucker wasn't Kyle Tucker. It was, well, we'll see who it was. Let's get to box scores here and CBS Sports. Thanks for this. It fits on one screen. Tigers shut down the Guardians. They win 2-1. Not a lot of hits in that game. And then the Padres get shut down by the Cubs, who were at home. Not a lot of hits in this game either. Bunch of errors. It's weird, right? It's weird in the postseason to have all those errors. But man, let's get to the film room. Here's Skubal. I don't see a lot of him. I'm a National League fan. Barely watched any American League games. I probably watched one game beginning to end the whole year, American League. It was an early season, Jacob deGrom against the Astros, where deGrom pitched awesome. I watched, it was an amazing game to watch as a Met fan, to see deGrom kind of reinvent himself pitching to contact. But Skubal here, guy had 14 strikeouts, gave up 3 hits, goes 7 2/3, I believe. This guy is unbelievable. Pitching wins championships. He could carry the Tigers to the World Series. Absolutely could do it, especially in these short series. He pitched game 1. He could come out of the bullpen in game 3. You don't know. Maybe just to face a couple of lefties or to get, that last out in a bases loaded jam with 2 out in the 8th, they could bring him in. You have to let it all ride in the postseason. And man, the Indians, geez, I'm gonna get banned from YouTube for that one. The Guardians got some pitching as well. Here's a slick double play in the third. Defense, I know there were some errors, but there were some defensive plays in in these games. If you asked me yesterday who's gonna win the series, I would say the Guardians are gonna win. They're home. You just got to win 2 out of 3, but now they're behind the 8 ball. Skubal, Skubal's just good, man. Skubal's good. But this Guardians team, they made the playoffs. So, they're in. Anything can happen, and they've got home advantage. Yep, go back to the dugout, buddy. Let's check out I don't have these queued up. That's my bad. But we'll go to the National League. And again, my Mets they're not in it. So I caught the end of this game, and sorry, I caught the end of the last game, beginning of this game. We had back-to-back homers. You missed Suzuki's to tie it. San Diego was up 1-0. San Diego is a feisty team. You have to beat them in the first game if you're going to have. You do not let the Padres get momentum. I'm not saying they're the best team. They're the team I would least want to play in one of these short series. Cubs did what they had to do. Eddie Vedder sang the national anthem. Pearl Jam maybe bust the end of the 90s. Another video. But yeah, here's the first homer. And this guy gets into the postseason red hot. Yep, sucks. Pavetta pitched well. He did what he had to do, got through 5. But that was a 425-foot rocket off the bat of my man Suzuki over here. Didn't he burn the Mets at the end of the year? I can't remember. I think he burned the Mets. And we got the Bogarts with a double, kicking things off. I put the highlights backwards. Is that what I did? But that's okay. I guess that's one of the errors. Not a big deal. But could have been a big deal. Guy on third, less than 2 out. So Padres didn't take advantage of this. They probably should have. But that's it. We've got 2 games out of the way. Yankees are playing now, and then Dodgers play later. We'll follow these games. Who you got? Let me know in the comments. Who do you got? I'm still going with the Guardians. And I'm going to go with the Padres. I don't care. Both teams behind the 8 ball. Maybe we'll parlay that up and we'll gamble a little. Let you guys know tomorrow. See you later.